Oh, I'm gonna make some of y'all so much money. Follow this. Oh my, this is good. Watch this. Ready? Where am I going? Here we go. All right. So here's the question. We come in up. What'd you pay for your first house? This got prompted from a post that I've been seeing on a lot of social media sites recently. Hey, pull up your house on Zillow. I've seen about 1,000 realtors post the exact same one. Pull up your house. What did you pay for it originally? And what is it worth now? And it's like, oh, it's, somebody posted they paid $124,000 for their house. It's on the market now for $479. And when I saw that, my first question was, do you still own it? Did you keep it? Do you wish you still had it? And why don't you? And here's the thing that I talk about. I'm a lender, but I'm also a real estate investor. And one of the things that people, and I had this happen recently, a good friend of mine in Roswell called, and this comes up, and I have realtors get mad at me about this, but I want to tell you the truth that people are missing, and this is going to change some of y'all's financial picture. I had a good friend of mine called. He'd gone through divorce recently, some life changes, but he called and said he was moving. He's going to sell his place in Roswell and move up to Blue Ridge. And my very first question was, why are you selling your house? And he paused and says, well, what do you mean? He just assumed he had to sell his house. He'd already talked to a realtor. So I talked to him about keeping the place. So we wound up renting the place. My good friend Jeremy Ashburn here in Roswell helped manage the property for him, got some money in there like immediately because there's no inventory right now. So he's got a chance to rent his house out, find another place. And the question was for him, hey, do you think you'll ever come back to Roswell? Well, maybe. Well, then, and he said, I'll never be able to buy back in because I won't be able to afford it then. Keep your house. But here's what I tell so many people. Why are you selling your place? Because if you paid $124 for your house, but truly, your existing home, your very first home, what'd you pay for it? What's it worth now? Do you wish you had it? And what is that equity position you would have? And once again, real estate is just one piece of your financial portfolio. You may have 401k, IRAs, stocks, everything else that you've got, real estate's a piece of it. But real estate is like the #1 place of wealth in America. But if you go in and sell your place, what do you have? So what if you kept just one house and kept it? And yes, you've got to deal with managing it, but if you look back and said, hey, what if I added, because I had a good friend call just the other day, about 8 years ago, he was getting ready to move and he wanted to start buying some rental properties. And the very first thing I said was, well, why are you selling your primary residence? Why don't you keep it? And that's your first rental property. And that's what I did when I got started. So he kept that. And he just called about 2 weeks ago and he said, Alan, and I helped him do this, bought a big place up in North Georgia, house on some property, and he's still got this home. And he said, I'm thinking about selling that so that I can take the money from that and invest in this new property we got in the mountains, Airbnb it, all this kind of stuff. And I said, well, what's it worth? And he laughed because, Alan, he said, if I had not done what you told me, he said, I'll probably net, it was almost $400,000 on this home. And he said, the one conversation we had together with you talking me into, hey, if you want to get started, maybe have a property or just keep one. What if you only had one? Where would that put you? And I will say, I see this all the time. People say, hey, this is an investor special. This is a great deal. You would be blown away at the number of people in the real estate and mortgage world that don't even own a home. We're talking about real estate being one of the greatest investments out there, but they don't own any property. I ask this on a consistent basis. I'm also a real estate investor. I don't advertise that, but I see things with a different sense of light. And I have friends that are big time investors, but I'm talking 101, very basic. What if you kept the home you've got when you move? And I will tell you why some realtors get upset, because they're thinking, well, you just cost me a sale. I could have sold that and made a commission. That short-sightedness. What you need to think about is, hey, if I can help my client keep that home, have it as a rental property, and maybe buy the next one, and they're on board to understand this is going to put their family, their whole financial portfolio, and the whole picture is going to change completely. Not looking at a sale today, but looking at telling a client, hey, this could be a great thing for your family. And when you're on board with that and understand it, that's where you get referrals, because they realize, I don't care about the sale, the commission, the whatever, I care about you and your family. So why did I post that? Because I saw this so many times the last couple of days. And I look at that and I want, once again, do you wish you had your first house? Because I bought my first house, oh gosh, I was 23. My parents got divorced. My dad bought a house, and before he moved out of town, I bought the house from him. And you know what he sold it to me for? Exactly what it appraised for. Did he cut me a deal? Heck no, and I'm still mad about it. I paid, I think, $71,000 for that house. My interest rate, I believe, was 7.5. And here's the secret. I still got it. Only magic I did is I never sold anything. Moved a lot, bought a bunch of stuff. I'm in a different position right now because of it. So if you have any questions related to this, your very first phone call, you're thinking about buying, selling, moving, whatever, is get your financial house in order. Should I keep my house? Should I not? And if you want a realtor that's on board, that understands this, the best in the industry, give me a call and I'll help you. I'm Alan Christian out of Roswell, Georgia. We're in 14 states now throughout the country, growing. If I can help you in any way, reach out and let me know. Keep it.